This one tactic transformed my entire approach to improvising solos, and a great example of it is in this solo from Scarlet Begonias. But before we dive in and look at how you can apply this tactic to get rid of noodling once and for all, let's give the solo a listen. So the first thing we want to know is what the chord progression is and what kind of scale it's based around and things like that. So it goes over the verse progression, which is just E to B a couple times, right? And then we switch it up to A, E, B, does it again. This time hangs on the E, then again. And then this time hangs on the B and so on and stuff. Now, what kind of key is that in? Those are notes, chords from the key of E, right? That's a 1, 4, 5, and E, but it's really revolving around the B, just like some of their songs. That means that's the 5 chord. That means it's the Mixolydian, so it is like B major, but with a flat 5. That's that A, right? They're getting that A chord in there, right? So we know the chords, we know the mode. And the thing is, he often would play pretty high up here, so it's very helpful to know it up here. Right? Not gonna get that A, skip that. Right? Or it's like, oh, you just play those little patterns, like, all right, that sounds kind of like the Jerry, the Jerry sound, the Jerry approach. And so that's what we need to know is we need to know the chords. We need to know the mode, and that's our kind of foundation. And if you're into Jerry's approach to soloing, you will love the Jerry Garcia 5-day challenge. It's free. It'll help you apply tactics like this to develop your own sound. So check it out, the link down below to get started. And we know now that we know what the chords are and what the mode is based on, let's give a listen to the next step. So many of the solos that Jerry took had the vocal melody right in there, and that's all that was, But there's something even easier that he often did with the melody. So what I was doing right there is just playing the guide tones, and specifically the ones that are taken from the melody. I call it the structure of the melody. It's like the scaffolding of a building. It's like the notes that are key in the melody that really everything revolves around, and they almost always are notes that are of the chords as they happen. So let's take a look specifically at what's happening here. You've got the root of E. So we're going to do it all, way up here. Get that Jerry sound. Which, if you're not, familiar with the fretboard up here, I strongly recommend just starting to practice a lot more up here. I used to really avoid it, Quickly after getting into guitar, I was playing a lot of jazz, went to school for it, so I was used to playing kind of in the middle here. And then when I play acoustic, I'm playing open a lot or up here. But I avoided up here for a long time, and this is just a great area, not just to do the Jerry stuff, but just in general, it's just a good area to explore and get familiar with it. So we're going to play away up here. So the root note of E, right? E. Then it goes to the 5th of B. So you play a B, right? And then it just does it again, right? And then we go to the 3rd, and these are not notes. When I say the 3rd, I'm not talking about necessarily the note 3rd of the key, but of the specific chord as they're happening. So this is the major third of A, and then root of E, major third of B. Same thing again, except this time it goes to the fifth of E, so it's mixing it up. And then repeats it all again. And then for the B, moves over here and rests on the fifth of B. And that's just, it's just such a great way to just have this outline for your solo. So if you've got that in mind, you're going to sound so much more melodic because it's taken from the melody, but you're going to sound like you're connected to the chords, and it's going to really cut down on noodling and like you're sounding like you're just playing with the scale. You know, if you were playing all that stuff, it sounds so great, but it doesn't necessarily have like a real direction. But this stuff does, you know? And so far in this video, you know, we've only scratched the surface of Jerry's soloing. But if you want to go deeper, again, that Jerry 5-Day Challenge, it's free, and it's all about helping you apply ideas like this to your own playing. So hit the link below to get it started. Now, if you only played guide tones, it would get boring pretty fast. So we need to add the mode as well. So again, if we were up here, and you have these notes right here, and you've just got the... Just messing around by adding that stuff in there with the guide tones. It's about having a mix of the two. So let's give a listen again to the solo so you can now kind of put it all together in your mind and with your ears of hearing that melody that's in there a little bit, but the structure of the melody that's in there, those guide tones, and all those other notes from the mode, and how it all kind of comes together. You know, using guide tones from the vocal melody has helped my playing sound a lot less like noodling. But there's something else that Jerry did all the time to spice things up around these guide tones. So check out this video here where I show you what it is and how you can use it to improve your solos even more.